I call the meeting to order. Finance committee meeting October 4th, 2021. The first thing on the agenda is to approve the minutes of September the 20th, 2021. Any additions, corrections, deletions, or motion to approve? I have a motion to approve the minutes. Any corrections, additions, deletions? Any of the above? Make a motion.
She said,
I'll make a motion, she said.
There you go.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Done. Clerk is not here. Scott, do you have anything in particular you want to say in reference to the clerk's reports?
In between the meetings, you'll get a brief sheet of paper that will show you what we have spent. We can find out the COVID money. I was not able to find out what the original total was. I know it was well over a certain amount, and this will give you an idea of what we've got left, pending what we.
If this is, you went back and got all of the vehicles and said.
We went back through all the minutes and all the council meetings and check marked where COVID money was spent, so we have an idea where we're at.
Okay. Good. Fair enough. All we do. All right. We got Bill Sterling out. We do not have a PICO. All we got is the open invoices, $109,169.22. Again, you take out the big items such as fireman's pension of $52,000, data Mac $7,248, police pension $9,200. We bought that truck from surplus for $14,300. AEP, that one didn't even get any better. $5,500. Insurance $4,600, which is 96,848 of the 109. That leaves a total of 16,321 of just incidental. That's very good, very good. All right.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the invoices in the amount of $109,169.22.
Your second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. We got the contracts are back. Let's see. These are the two that we rejected last council meeting, is that correct?
Yes. Or this table.
We just tabled.
Well, we tabled them. We didn't do that. All right, the rec center is
$234.33
per week, per month,
per month.
per month. And the other one for City Hall is $309.55 per month. I tried understanding it, but I didn't get it.
You said that included senior citizens on the
Yeah,
city hall?
Okay, the contract, there was a copy of the contract in here, was what there was.
Right.
Okay, if they come in and don't do a good job, can we cancel them before the length of
He has a meeting with me at 2 o'clock tomorrow to say yes or no, and I can get you the answer, and if the answer is we can cancel them at any time, I'm assuming you say go ahead.
Yes.
If he says no, then we gotta make it a year, then I'll hold off until we come to the next meeting and bring it back up. If that's the case.
Yeah, we don't use them as a base.
We still use them for, the fire station, I believe, and we use it for the city garage.
Who's that?
Centos.
Centos, okay.
But we don't have, I mean, what we're doing with the fire station, city garage, that contract or agreement's in effect still,
Yes,
these just expired.
correct.
Okay.
Well, there's never been an agreement with them on the city hall or the rec center.
That's what I didn't remember seeing. Okay.
Right,
So this, two new ones to go with two old.
yes.
When do the other two run out? Do you have any idea?
I do not. They were signed before I became the mayor. I can find that answer up for you. That's something I didn't think of.
Find that out tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, shit. Okay, you think you got any other questions? Do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the, rec center contract proposal with Cintas. And I forgot how much it was already, 200 and some a month.
See, Rec Center, 234.33.
234.33 a month. And then we're just to find out about how long the contract is for, how it can be canceled if it needs to be.
All right, got a motion on the Rec Center. Do I hear a second?
A second.
All in favor?
Uh,
I will send that on to full council. How about the one for City Hall? In the amount of $309.55.
I'll make a motion that we approve that also, along with the senior center on there with it. Unless the mayor finds out that we're obligated to a long-term contract.
Do I hear a second? All in favor? Those two, consent. All right, next is approval to purchase canines in the city of Fayetteville for the amount of $10,162. Along with canine comes an officer too, I assume.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, this is the one that the police department's gonna pay the $10,000? The police department has agreed out of their escrow fund to pay for this canine in the amount of $10,162. All we have
Actually,
to
it would be the drug seizure money.
Well, okay.
There's 3 different accounts there.
I know. It's a little confusing everywhere, but anyway, they got money. Bottom line is, it's not gonna cost the city anything out of the general fund. All we have to do is approve them to spend this amount of money for this dog.
This isn't the same dog that we was
No.
talking about getting before.
Now,
This will be the second.
Number 2?
Yes.
Okay, and another officer for him,
Yes.
for this one, whatever, boy or whatever.
in fact, tonight you'll be both.
Yes, they will both be here tonight.
Officer and dog tonight.
Oh,
That also comes from Bentonville with the dog.
okay. I didn't say that in our letter, and
I think it's on the regular agenda.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
it's
where
weird.
again.
Yeah,
okay,
it's on council.
okay.
Okay?
Yep.
More questions?
I
Motion?
make a motion that we purchase a canine dog from the city of Bentonville, West Virginia for $10,162.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor? Done.
Can I stop you a second?
Sure.
That officer from Fayetteville has a vest, and I thought we put it on here.
Next.
Vest,
Oh,
bulletproof vest.
okay.
The city's offered to sell that to us for 900,
$900.
and it's specially fit for him. So I was wondering if we could put that on the agenda. And it's gonna come,
We would be buying him one anyway,
Right.
but this one's basically brand new.
We can, but it's not really necessary. I mean, it's part of his clothing allowance.
just wanted to let you know.
I mean, I don't think we really need it.
Okay.
Buy that one, give you a brand new.
We can buy it. That's probably this long.
I think this would be the police chief's discretion.
Okay, number D, approve wiring lights for the fire chief's car in the amount of $1,165. We found out this past week, that the fire chief does not have adequate lighting or emergency lighting on his vehicle. correct me if I'm wrong, he was almost involved in an accident because of it.
I have a question. I know you talk about the safety committee, is that so he can respond to us, getting to us quicker?
Yes. Safety, safety,
So you'll make all the calls now?
make the motion.
That car's never had emergency lighting.
It has,
It's
that
It's got a little like.
Not adequate.
It doesn't have anything on the side mark.
It's dangerous every time you try to use it.
I know.
Well, I didn't realize they did up a fire truck anymore.
Well, usually, I don't want to interject, Mayor, I'm sorry, but usually, if I take that car, or the chief before me took that car, we would follow the fire trucks where they brake pattern. In the case the other day, I was in front of it. So I had to come up to the intersection, yield at the intersection, and then go through. The problem is from approaching traffic from the sides, you can see no red lights or no warning or anything. And that's where you run into the problem at the side. There's a little bit of red light in the front, but there's absolutely zero. So it's very dangerous every time you go. And you don't have, the chief's car does not have the capability to change the stop lanes either. And that's not part of this, and we don't need that. The fire trucks can change the direction of travel on the stop lane. So it's dangerous, extremely dangerous from the side, first corner.
I don't know how that slipped through in all these years. I mean,
I don't either. I thought it had lighting.
I knew it had a light.
Sun visors inside.
It's very inaccurate.
Yeah, but we need to get there. And my understanding is the lights are in stock.
He ordered, some of that he had in stock, some of it he did not. But it's the same type of lighting that we're using on the police cars, high intensity, small LEDs. That'll be on the four corners.
Right.
Some of that he keeps in stock, some of it, has to order.
Okay.
Quick turnaround.
It is, okay.
That's why I wanted the running board lights for the new police cars, because they're so visible from the side.
All right, do I hear a motion that we approve $1,165 to Rocky Fork Enterprise to put lights on that particular vehicle?
I'll make a motion.
Do I hear a second? Second? All in favor? All right, put that on the full count. Next two items. These are, I was taking both at the same time, they're both the same. Two police cruisers, one's an SUV, one's a sedan, both of them have got blown engines. We get new engines and installed for $8,000, maybe less each. Put them back on the road within 3 weeks.
Yes.
Now, if we decide not to do this, you're talking about $43,000 for a new cruiser versus $8,000 for two cruisers, which have been told, correct me if I'm wrong, Chief, that's the only thing that we know of and wrong with it is the motor.
That's what they're telling me.
Okay, so you put a new motor in, you got 75% of a new car.
What year,
I mean, that's no brainer.
what years?
One's 14, one's 15.
20 miles.
A lot on 14. But it was one of the better rental cars before it went down. The other problem we have is we're still trying to find cars.
Yeah,
I mean,
we got one on order for how many months?
well, the one that was on order for about 6 months finally just came. But just finding the cars is.
But again, I mean, if you get two decent running vehicles,
They're already equipped, everything.
Yeah, and they're in good shape too, the director.
then they come with a new car warranty, a new motor warranty anyway.
Yes.
All right,
I'll make a motion that we approve the engine replacements in car 43, car 44 for the police department.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Send that on the council, that's all we got. Anybody got anything else?
Yes, sir.
Bring it
You
on.
got those, asbestos.
Bring them down.
You wanna get it on here?
Guillotine.
They came in, the asbestos removal.
I apologize, my secretary was gone last week. I am sorry.
The four houses that we have left.
You got on all four houses?
Yes. One of them I've already approved because it was well within my budget to approve, because it's I believe it's the one at 10th Street over here. That one's, we want it down, it's kind of cost. He will have the estimates here in a second. And we approved the one up on, I believe, Knox Avenue. I think that's the second one, because it was so low. But the church is around $7,000. If we remove all the items out of the church first for the asbestos removal, 12,000 something if we turn around and have them remove everything. We don't have the hazmat suits, we don't have the oxygen or the rebreathers and stuff like that. My suggestion would be to let them go ahead and remove all the stuff out of the building before. I know it's 5,000 more than what we want to spend, but if the next bid was that much higher.
Yeah, because it's gotta be sealed in containers. Or,
Yeah, and this is all done by them, it's pretty good, it's down there at the, church on 6th Street.
It's the old thing, too.
Yes.
That's
And it is massive.
If we remove it, it kicks off the sensors down in the dump, and we can't dump the truck, and got set so it goes through, which could be 3 or 4 weeks before you dump the truck.
How much is what that cost us to now?
7,500 is, if we remove everything, we don't.
I know that, but 7,500 plus the asbestos removed.
Yes, plus, well, 5,000 more for this, or 7,500 for the asbestos removal, 5,000 something to remove all the items so that you get to the asbestos.
You have to realize this is 2 stories.
What's the basement?
yeah,
What's upstairs in the basement, and the upstairs is 6 good-sized rooms, and downstairs has basically the same. And there is enough trash in that place to fill up.
2 trays goes easy. Yeah.
And they're bad enough that I can. Everybody get one?
Which are the 2 that I told you to go ahead? 10th Street.
105 10th Street was $1,000, so we can do that without anything. The other one was, the bottom one, 750, was, no, actually, we can't use that one, because what happened is, when Pinnacle went in and did the measurements and the square footage on that room, they screwed it up, and they only put what they saw. But when I was over there with one of the asbestos abatement companies, they started poking around, and Pinnacle basically had it written up that down one wall was where the asbestos was, but it was actually over the whole floor, they just didn't catch it. So that 750 quickly turned into 1,500 or 2,000 because of the added area that nobody else knew. When RS Environmental gave that quote, we didn't know the size had changed.
So what are we talking about here? I mean, we're looking at TLC property maintenance and Trinity Environment. We got 2,800 out of 1,592, that's scratched out a month.
The 1,592, I talked to, he can go up to $1,500 without going through council. I called and said they knocked it down, not 1,500. He said, no problem.
You have to worry about that.
So most of the bottom 2 were done. RS Environmental, we use them frequently. We haven't used TLC property maintenance. I've heard they do good work, but we've never used them. And we've used Triad a couple times. I'm pretty pleased with their work.
So as far as Knott's Avenue goes, first one, RS Environment for 3,000.
Either or TLC.
Okay. And 6th Street,
6th Street, I would recommend trying. They're a little
or a couple $100 more, but I know what kind of work they do. I would recommend it.
That's the two prices, $20,000 roughly. Correct?
No, it's not
About 15.
combined.
No, well, Triad, the 7,900 is,
You got
if we clean out the trash. And the 12,700 is if they clean out the trash.
Okay, so we're talking about 12,742.
Right, as opposed, you know, the next bid is 11,947.
So we need to talk about number one and number two, because you can take care of 3 and 4.
Right.
All right. I hear a motion to add this on the agenda. Asbestos bid.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we add an emergency article to our agenda to discuss the asbestos abatement bid.
Second.
All in favor?
Uh,
Okay, the bids are as follows. First one is, for 103 Knox Avenue, in the amount, RS Environment, in the amount of $3,000. We'll take that one separately. Do I hear a motion on that one? What?
That's who we recommend.
Yeah.
It's RS Environmental.
Yeah, Ray does real good work. We've used him frequently.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we accept that bid in RS Environmental.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, the next one is for property 156 6th Street. Trinity Environment Consultant, and this would be for cleaning out, removing all asbestos and all the debris within, in the amount of $12,742.28.
I move that we accept the bid from Triad Environmental Consulting, for them to, remove the asbestos and debris from inside the property for $12,742.28.
Very second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, we got anything else? Anybody? Anybody out there? Going once? Going twice?
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
Mr. Chairman, since we have no other city business, financial business, I move we adjourn this meeting.
I agree.
Second, agree.